Hey guys, I was reading the Church Fathers and they talked about how we need freedom to have communion, freedom to have participation. This freedom is apatheia. It means to be free from the passions. Why? Because without freedom from the passions, which are like our inner desires, our thinking, everything about the self, without freedom from the self's passions that lead us to places we don't want to go, that we desire to go there, but yet we end up in a place that we regret. Those are the things that fragment us, that pull us to things, to do things like what Paul says. We do the very thing that we know that we shouldn't do, but we still find ourselves doing it. That's the slave state of the man, and it actually makes freedom and participation, it actually makes salvation impossible, because salvation is sharing a life with God, actually sharing the divine life of the Trinity, his very energies, his light, his life. The life and light of Christ is to become a part of us, to where we share with it. Well, guys, there's something about light. It can flash upon you, and you could just have momentary experiences, which I think modern Christianity is about, having experiences of God. But it's not salvation. We can have experiences of things and not share our life with it, not have communion with it, not know it, not change our lives from a structural perspective, but just to have a momentary flash of excitement, of actually the arousing of the passions, which is the very thing that leads us away from having communion with God. But when we quiet ourselves, we cause inner stillness within us internally, and our attention is not so fragmented upon the things of this world and upon the desires of the self. We can actually focus on God and His church through the long haul, to where we share in the life of God, and we participate in the life of God. We have communion with God Himself, not because we have momentary experiences of Him, but because we're there with Him even when it's hard. That's what love is. Even modern notions of hookup culture, you can have experience of love, and it be completely based in hatred, actually, of manipulation, or just hedonistic whims of a 12-year-old who's actually 25. This is how the world is now, and it's actually pushed by our culture, where freedom, libertarian freedom, American freedom of just being able to do whatever you want unimpeded, is actually the freedom that Satan desires, not the freedom that Christ lived in, where He subjected Himself to hard things for the sake of His people. That's freedom. Being able to do hard things, being able to stay with God when it's tough, being able to build a life with Christ when we have desires that are leading us to places that would destroy that. It is through repentance where freedom and salvation is found.